This is practice help for It Came Upon a Midnight Clear. First I'm just going to play through the song and then I'll go back through and show you the tricky parts. Okay, so you're going to be starting out with your right hand thumb on G, and your left hand is also thumb on G. Your first two notes are a 2 and a 4 playing on F and D. So you're sort of G and G. It's almost like sharing G, except they're an octave apart. They're not actually sharing the same G. Okay, now your left hand, you may want to practice it separately just to kind of find those notes alone and get that muscle memory built in your left hand. But most of it is pretty straightforward. On the second line, you've got a place where you're going to be reaching with your thumb. It's right after Glorious Song of Old. We'll go old, reach for A, and then back to G. Reach, back. Okay, now on the left hand, the only other tricky thing that you're going to have to do is down around measure 26. That's the next to the last line where it says, goodwill to men from heavens, all gracious King. Right there on heavens, your left hand is going to be playing a sixth. Now what that means is your pinky is going to reach down. Instead of playing the C, it's going to reach down and play B. 6 notes apart instead of just 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From heavens, all gracious King. And of course, right after that 6th, you'll just go back to your regular position. So make sure only your 5 is moving there and everything else stays put for the rest of the song. Okay, now let's take a look at the right hand. Like I said, we're starting out on G. And we've got your little introduction. 2, 3, tie 2. Make sure you remember to tie right there. Now, just like the left hand had a sixth, the right hand is going to play a sixth right here. But instead of playing them together, harmonic sixth, we're going to play them one note at a time. Melodic sixth. So your thumb stays on G, but your pinky is going to reach up for E. So that's 6 notes apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just like that. Now right after that E, your 3 finger is still in your regular, kind of your starting position. So make sure when your 5 reaches, your 3 doesn't move. You want to glue it down, anchor it on the B. Back to D with your 5. Now we're going to move. You're just going to scoot your hand up. What you're doing there is you played C with your 4, C with your 3. So you're just switching fingers. 2, 3, tie 2, back to G. Stretch for E, keep the 3 on B, 5 back to D. 2, 3, tie 2. Alright, now that's a pretty good kind of halfway point, so I recommend working on just that part first. When you can get all of that smooth and then start putting the hands together on that part, then you'll be ready for the next section. So maybe pause the video if this is the first time you've done that and just work on all of that stuff a little bit for a day or two, and you can rewatch that part of the video if you're having trouble with the moves. Alright, now moving on to where it says peace on the earth. we're going to be stretching that 5 for E again, but then instead of playing your thumb on G like we have been doing, you're going to go a whole octave to the next E. Now if your fingers aren't long enough yet to stretch from E to E, that's okay. You can just kind of hop down there. So make sure that you're getting that move right there. If you can stretch the octave, it's a good idea to feel that 5th, 6th, 7th octave and close your eyes and just kind of bounce back and forth between E and E and see how it feels to stretch an octave. Sharp, sharp, and then we're going to swing just like when you play a scale and we go 1, 2, 3 swing. You're going to swing your thumb up to A. Move the 3 down. It's a tiny little scoot. So your 3 plays B. So that's A, B, A, G, 1, 3, 2, 1. And there's another tie there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, then we're going to be stretching that 5th again. E, B, D. And your very last note is a chord, and if you compare it to the note we just played, you can tell it's a little bit higher up than where your hand is right now. We're going to be moving up to high C, and you're going to play a chord. That's your 1, your 3, and your 5, all at the same time. Alright, so practice that song with hands separate. Pay close attention to where the moves and the stretches are, and make sure that you're getting comfortable with those to where you can play them pretty smoothly without having to stop.